So it's almost a month since I moved in now. About a month, I guess, tomorrow. And as you can see, all the yellow porta cabins have gone from down here at last. They went yesterday. And I thought also it's been an absolute age since I started off from down the bottom of the hill. And now the landscapers have just started. All sorts of things are starting to happen down here, which is terrific. So we kind of come round. This, oh, I'm in the way again. This is all kind of getting cleaned up. But, as to the left, we now have a big shiny new pond. So we've managed to clear out all the crap from there and built this new thing, which is pretty cool. The lads are starting to tidy all this up at the moment. And this is all going to be grassed up, underplanted with bulbs and that kind of stuff. It's all naturally fed from the little stream that's filled in about a week, which is pretty good actually, and it's obviously quite dry this time of year, so there's a bit of work to be done to try and put in a better drainage pipe from underneath the road, and then once that's done there should be good flow through that, so hopefully that should be really good for the wildlife. Then looking at the track, a lot of the bracken has been sort of scrubbed out, and all where the posts are where trees are going to go. So you can see, I mean, there's a massive amount of tidying that's happened. The gate is almost, oh actually I need to check my post. The gate is in, doesn't work obviously because that seems to be the way of things. But you can see we're actually starting to make some progress on it. Now as you come round, the house is looking, if you ignore the massive bonfire that we've had today, the house is starting to look pretty goddamn awesome, to be honest. They've done the shed and stuff under the house. See a big pile of timber and stuff. That's actually the old fruit tree that was in front of the house that's been chopped up. That's got some amazing wood in it. All of this is being regraded over the next few days. On the outside here, you see these poles here immediately to my right. This is going to be, and there'll be some on the left as well, an avenue of quite tall, almost 5 metre high silver birches, just to line the track coming up and frame it. Those will all be underplanted with bulbs and stuff, so in the spring it should look pretty amazing. We're going to keep all this bracken in place. You know, it's a really good habitat, really good habitat for things. And also, once you clear it, you've got to put something else in it, which is screw that. You can see we managed to start moving all of the hump out from around the house. We'll see that all in a bit. And then over here, over to the right, basically up along the top here, and then all the way down there, there's a big swathe of more trees. So in all there's about 100 I think we're putting in. And then obviously this will be orchard at the bottom down here. So I think another sort of 60 or 70 there too. But here we go. The lads have, oh God, I mean this is all, obviously there's a lot of machines, but the raking and stuff is done by hand, but it just looks amazing. I think it's all the seeds going in here in the next few days. They're going to clear up all of this around the base. But it's much closer to how it's supposed to be. So the drive will stop where the wheelbarrow is, and then all of that will be grassed. Again, all underplanted around the tree with bulbs and things. So it'll look really tidy. They've started work on the other little log shed. To be honest, I can imagine like the big store will actually be underneath the house because there's so much space there. But you can see here, it's just starting to look so good. So good with all the things there. Yeah, it's another gorgeous evening, about 6 o'clock now in the evening. So, I mean, a lot of the interior is exactly as it was, not a huge amount has really changed, so I won't bore you too much with going over old ground. But the rooms are all set, you know, they kind of look pretty cool. Still waiting on a bit of furniture. That's kind of all pretty nice. And then you know, the bathrooms, they're looking much better. Still a bit of an issue with the 2-inch gap there. I think the kind of margin of error with some of the trades is not quite millimetre perfect. But the rooms are good. Telly's in, working, still waiting for the handles. Don't understand why it can take 2 months to get handles from Bulgaria. But there you go. Maybe they are involving the Wombles. This really hasn't changed. Just awesome, but you can start to see, just looking at how this is going to play out. So all of this, and then it just disappears straight off into the field. This will just all be grass. It should look beautiful, it should look absolutely amazing. And so that's all cool. You can see they've given the fruit trees a bit of a haircut, which is nice. I mean, and even like this evening, you know, it's kind of what this is all about, really. Absolutely beautiful. But you can see the track that was once here, that temporary road is gone. This has all been regraded. They've also started, had to move some of these sofas around. Kind of got covered in a bit of dirt and a few other odds and sods today, so I protect them a little bit. I can jet wash them later. Started out here trying to just fix the rendering failures. It kind of reminds me a bit of America, where they seem to paint on this kind of like slurry stuff. Anyway, but here you can see this is what it's all about. So this beautiful kind of just undulating form that the house will be in, and obviously the house itself is then very sharp. But that is the idea. Now also, you can see all the ash everywhere. Let's wander upstairs up onto the gin deck, because that's now done and that is awesome. It's so nice. So they properly finished this with lights and stuff end of last week. The irrigation is in, but the tap isn't attached just yet. But this is the gin deck. So it's got this lights, obviously lacking plants and the end caps for some of the decking boards, but this is kind of what this is all about. These were all covered in ash until about 10 minutes ago, so still a bit, needs a bit of jet washing off. But you know, this is what, again, it's lovely up here that you can just sit out, see all of that scenery, and actually once you drop down you've got a tiny bit of protection, and to be honest it is only really a tiny bit, but still quite nice. See all the things on the roof, the white dish is the internet, you can see the solar collectors on the left, then all the hot water, and you've got Sky and that kind of stuff, and then all the PV at the top there. So there we go. This guest room's all set and organised. You know, it's just really cool. And again, you know, looking out of here in the evening, it's pretty cool with all of that grassed up. And again, in the spring, you can imagine, you know, crocuses and snowdrops and all that kind of thing. It's pretty cool. There's a bathroom. You know, these things again, actually all pretty cool now. Got this opaquing film, so when you're having a shower, you can kind of just peer over the top. If you're a bit of a short arse, then you're not going to see much. But unfortunately, both me and the architect are pretty tall, so all the dimensions made perfect sense for us. But anyway, and then bedroom is really And it is always this tidy, I should say, because it looks so nice and inviting when you kind of come home. Oh, got my little thing there, place to sit, and again you can just kind of start to see out how this is all going to flow together. The gin deck up there, and then underneath, and just see those slats underneath the house. Those are now all the under building storage, and even out here, this is looking really cool. That slight dip by the laburnum is the old well. So one of the lads has had a great idea to try and get a big piece of glass and steel door almost over the top of it, just like the wine cellar, and try and make a bit of a feature of that, which I think's a terrific idea. But this is basically what's going to happen here. So the lads are going to try and clean up around the edge there, bring that around there, and then including not the green things here because those are part of the sewage treatment system, but just then widen out the parking there, so that ultimately should be parking for about, I don't know, 8 cars, let me see, 6 or 7 without too much trouble. But this is how the whole thing starts to flow together, which is pretty amazing. It really, really is. So there we go, that's an evening here. It's starting to really come together. All the basics like the blinds and stuff work as well. I should show you these because these are pretty cool. Got this kind of fancy remote. I'll step back, and then the blinds all come down. You can actually operate them almost individually as well. So the two on the right, then you've got left and right operate together, middle ones operate together, and the two on the left operate together as well. So it means you can have all the blinds down but leave the middle ones open, so the doors will stay open. That's kind of crazy really, but it looks good, especially actually downstairs in the living room. When you pull those down, it's very, very like a Bond film. So there we go. Another update. I'll do something again as things start to progress. I'm hoping that broadly most things should be finished. I might actually kind of get on and just buy some box trees for this. My plan was lavender, but I have a feeling it might be just nicer to have some really plain, just green stuff here. I don't really know. Maybe I'll do alternate box and lavender or something. Any suggestions would be cool. Just wonder if lavender's going to look a bit too grey in the winter time. Might be nice to have something that's a bit green. But there you go, lovely day.